Ang panalangin ay pamumunuan ng kagalang-galang na Padre Primitivo E. Viray Jr. ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, pinuno ng Kapisanan ni Jesus sa Pilipinas.
Magsimula tayo sa tanda ng ating pananampalataya. Sa ngalan ng Ama at ng Anak at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Makapangyarihan at mapagkalingang Diyos, nananalangin kami na ipagkaloob mo ang iyong pagbabasbas sa pagtitipon na ito, ang araw ng pagtatapos ng aming mga mag-aaral. Dumadalangin at naninukluhod kami sa iyong kamahalan, na ipagkaloob mo ang iyong mga masaganang biyaya na aming idinaraing sa inyo ngayon. Una, ang biyaya ng pagpapasalamat na naway mangibabaw sa aming mga puso't kamalayan sa pagdiriwang na ito. Naway maitanim sa amin ang aral na binigkas ni San Pablo sa mga taga-Korinto. Ano ang meron kayo na hindi ninyo natanggap? Tunay na biyaya ang lahat ng nakamit ng aming mag-aaral, ang kanilang pagsisikap at nakamit na tagumpay, na pawang mula sa inyong kabutihang loob, ang suporta ng kanilang mga magulang, mahal sa buhay, kaibigan, guro, administrador at kawani ng Ateneo de Manila, ay nag-uumapaw mula sa iyong walang hanggang pagiging bukas palad sa kanila. Ikalawa, ang biyaya na naway mapanatiling maisabuhay nila ang mga pinahahalagahan na kanilang nakamit sa loob ng mahabang panahon ng pag-aaral at paghubog. Ang mga pagpapahalaga ng pagmamahal sa Diyos at bayan, pagmamahal sa kapwa, lalo na sa mga dukha na nasa laylayan ng lipunan, at pagmamahal sa kalikasan. Naway wag manatiling mga slogan lamang ang men for others, cura personalis at magis, kundi na isasalamin nila ito sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na buhay, saan man sila ipadala mo upang matupad ang iyong misyon. At panghuli, ipagkaloob nawa ninyo ang biyaya ng pag-asa, tapang at paggabay sa iyong minamahal na bayang Pilipinas, kasama ng lahat ng mga bansa na nagdurusa sa panahon ng pandemya. Gaya ng paalala ng inyong lingkod ni si Santo Papa Francisco, the pandemic can be a place of metanoia or conversion. Masaganang basbasan mo kaming lahat na magbalik loob sa iyo upang aming talikdan ang old normal ng mga baluktot na pag-iisip at mga istrukturang pang-ekonomiko at politikal na napatingkad ng pandemyang ito. Pagbalik loobin mo ang puso ng lahat ng mga huwad na namumuno sa amin upang maging tunay na leader sila na isinasaalang-alang ang kapakanan ng sambayanan at hindi ang kanilang sariling interes. Sa ganitong paraan, sama-sama kaming lahat ang magtataguyod at huhubog ng isang new normal, isang kinabukasan na puno ng pag-asa na may paggalang at pagmamahal sa iyo, pagmamahal sa bayan, pagmamahal sa buhay at dignidad ng kapwa-tao at pagmamahal sa inang kalikasan. At lahat ng ito'y aming idinadalangin sa pamamagitan ni Jesucristo na anak mo at kasama ng Espiritu Santo magpa sa walang hanggan. Amen.
Formal na pasisimulan ni Dr. Maria Luz C. Vilches, pangalawang Pangulo para sa mga Paaralang Loyola, ang palatuntunan.
Ngayong 11 araw ng Oktubre, sa taon ng ating Panginoon, 2020 sa 161 taon mula sa pagtatatag ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila, sa harap ng pinuno ng kapisanan ni Jesus sa Pilipinas, ng tagapangulo at mga kasapi ng lupon ng mga tagapangasiwa, ng Pangulo ng Pamantasan, sa harap ng ating mga panauhin na mga guro at opisyal ng administrasyon, alumni, magulang at mga kaibigan, opisyal kong sinisimulan ang palatuntunan ng pagtatapos ng Paaralan ng Humanidades ng mga Paaralang Loyola ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila.
Iginagawad ngayon ang medalya ng pinakamataas na karangalan sa pagtatapos kay Yumi L. Briones, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, summa cum laude, valedictorian ng klase 2020. Pakinggan natin ngayon ang kanyang talumpati ng pamamaalam.
Father Primitivo Viray, S.J., Provincial Superior of the Society of Jesus in the Philippines, to Father Jose Ramon Villarin, S.J., University President of Batch 2020, and to our commencement speaker, the Most Reverend Pablo Virgilio David, D.D., Bishop of the Diocese of Caloocan. Thank you for joining us today. And hello, fellow batchmates, university administrators, faculty, and staff, And to all of our families and friends joining from home, thanks for being here. Let's get this out of the way. This is weird. I mean, we're graduating online at home over a live stream, and I'm giving the biggest speech of my life in front of a green screen in my bedroom. When the university released the memo about online graduation, I felt the collective sigh from the batch. I mean, we know that this is the best we can do right now, but part of us still wanted to have that sweaty graduation in the covered courts to symbolically end where we began in first year. And if you're still trying your best to be thankful despite the circumstances, that's great. But it's also okay to feel frustrated. It's natural to feel that way when the things we want are different from the things we get. In fact, now that we're in quarantine, we're feeling that frustration more than ever. And I realized this after reading a post from Denise Borja, who's one of our batchmates and a really great artist. So her post was about how there are two things in her room. There's a screen and there's a window. Now the screen, be it a TV screen, a phone screen, or a laptop screen, it takes her away to a faraway place, to a world where she wishes she could be. But when the screen turns off, it reflects the contents of her window back to her. And through her window, she sees the real world. Like Denise, we all have screens showing us what we want but we don't have, and we have windows showing us what we do have right now. And now more than ever, we're all wishing that we lived in a better world. A more peaceful world, a more loving world, a more kind world. But in reality, our world is falling apart. We look out the window and we see a pandemic. We see poverty, injustice. So there's a difference between the world we want and the world we live in. Sometimes that difference hits us harder than usual. It disturbs us. It makes us feel in our gut that the world just needs to be better than this. For example, when I was young, my mom took me to the zoo. And there were monkeys, crocodiles, my favorite were otters, and then there was this empty space. So I checked the sign and it said giraffe. I asked my mom, "Mommy, where's the giraffe?" And she asked the zookeeper, and the zookeeper told us, "Well, the giraffe is dead." And we said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, it ate a piece of plastic and it just died." And I'll always remember that day because I used to play with these little animal toys, imagining a world where they all had names and lives and friends. Like Madagascar, but that day a real-life giraffe was dead. And if you trace it back in time, you can pinpoint the exact moment someone decided to throw a piece of plastic on the ground and it fluttered into that giraffe's cage. I was shattered. Another story from one of our batchmates, let's call her Kay. Now, Kay had a labandera who brought her daughter Ree with her when she came to work for Kay's family. Ree was 5 years old, but she didn't know letters, numbers, colors, basically nothing. And Ree's mom would never talk to her, she'd only slap her or pull her hair. One day, Ree and her mom just left the house. And Kay's neighbors said they saw them sleeping on the streets, the mom getting drunk all day. So Kay's family took Ree back to the house and they spent months teaching her just a few numbers, just a few colors, just a few good manners. And it wasn't easy, but Kay told me, "I keep telling my parents that if we can change at least one kid's future, we should." Those are her words. So now those are just a couple of examples that make you realize that the world we live in is very, very far from the ideal world we imagine in our dreams. Maybe you had a similar experience or realization in immersion. Maybe you saw something in the news that shook you to the core, whatever it was. It's like this moment of clarity where you realize this can't be the good place. But it also makes you ask, what can I do to make it better. Batchmates, I know we're all feeling frustrated with the way things are. I've seen your Instagram stories, I've seen your Facebook posts, and I had a lot of conversations with a lot of you about these things, but that's also how I know that we all have it in us to cause change. And some of you started in Ateneo, leading orgs and projects that made an impact in the school community and beyond. Some of you are still in school, like me. Kay's in law school right now, studying to make a change in the government and society for people like Rhee and her mom. Some of us, or a lot of us, are starting businesses, which is very Atenean and really great. Michael Porter once said in a TED Talk, it's one of my favorites actually, we often lack resources to solve social problems, but what businesses can do is create resources called profit when it meets its own needs. For instance, I'm starting a business, it's called Savon Cleaning Solutions with Danny, Mike, and Ian, our batchmates. And we're selling hand soap that you can refill in a bottle instead of throwing away plastic bottles all the time. And I'm dedicating that to the giraffe in the zoo from my childhood. My best friend Mickey's business is selling drinks made with the lambanog, and their mission is to empower Filipino farmers. On the other hand, some of us are getting into government work, like my friend JT, who interned under a congressman recently, and who's interning under a senator right now. And we can all do our part for the government by voting. Some of us are volunteering and donating. Kia and Jaime started Bake Sale for Better PH so that talented people could bake cookies and cakes and stuff, and the rest of us could buy them, knowing that our money is going towards a good cause, like feeding our frontliners. The point is, our batch is very capable of working towards a better world. And we should be. After all, we've spent 4 years in an institution committed to making us men and women for others. In fact, I think now's the time to thank the people who made that happen. So let's give a hand to our Ateneo professors, to our formators for Intact, NSTP, Jeep, and Praxis, to our ates and kuyas all over campus, to the university administrators and staff, to Father Jet, who is also graduating with us today, to Rizal, to St. Ignatius, to our families, and to God, of course, who has made everything happen. On behalf of Batch 2020, I'd like to thank you all for changing our little world. Now, before I end, I want to address something. When we talk about things like changing the world, we often think that we have to do these big things, these big, grand gestures that we see on our TV screens. Well, back in the 90s, there was a guy who was in a very famous TV show. His name was BoJack Horseman, and this is what he said. All I know about being good, I learned from TV. And in TV, flawed characters are constantly showing people they care with these surprising, grand gestures. And I think part of me still believes that's what love is. But in real life, the big gestures isn't enough. You need to be consistent. You need to be dependably good. You need to do it every day, which is so hard. End quote. You see, when you love someone, it's not the big gestures that matter most. It's the consistency. When you're trying to change the world, it's the same thing. You have to make an everyday decision to love, even if it's not recognized, even if it's not featured on TV, even if it's not perfect. You just have to choose love every single day. And that's the hard part, doing it every day. But once you do that, it gets easier. So, Batch 2020, congratulations to us all. It's been a really rough year, but we can finally call ourselves college graduates. In a few hours, we can all go back to watching Netflix on our phone or our laptop screens. But let's also remember to look out our windows, to look into the real world and ask ourselves, how can I change this world into a more loving place every single day? And when you do decide what you're going to do, don't worry too much about getting it perfect. In the wise words of Uncle Iro and my personal yearbook quote, perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love. Thank you all so much, and may God go with us all.
Sa taong Pampaaralan 2019 hanggang 2020, ginawara ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila ang mga sumusunod ng honorary degree at Traditional University Awards. Yohei Sasakawa, Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa. Amando M. Tatanco Jr., Lux in Domino Award. Bishop Pablo Virgilio S. David, D.D., Bukas Palad Award. Fortunato T. de la Peña, Government Service Award. Gloria Lorena S.P. Rosales, Ozanam Award, posthumous. Rebecca N. Tanyada, Parangal Lingkod Sambayanan. Danilo E. Dalena, Gawad Tanglaw ng Lahi. Sa taong ito, may kabuuang 1,858 kandidato ang magtatapos. Kabilang dito ngayong hapon ang 230 Bachelor of Arts at Bachelor of Fine Arts sa Paaralan ng Humanidades.
Ihaharap ngayon sa Pangulo ng Pamantasan ang mga kandidato sa pagtatapos. Pamumunuan ito ni Dr. Jonathan O. Chua, Dekano ng Paaralan ng Humanidades.
Kagalang-galang na Padre Pangulo, karangalan kong iharap sa inyo ang mga kandidato para sa mga titulong akademiko. Sapagkat natupad ng mga kandidato ang lahat ng pangangailangan para sa kanilang kurso, hinihiling namin na tanggapin ninyo sila at igawad ang kanilang mga titulo.
Sa bisa ng kapangyarihang ipinagkaloob sa akin ng Republika ng Pilipinas bilang Pangulo ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila, tinatanggap ko ang mga kandidato at ipinagkakaloob sa kanila ang nasabing mga titulo at lahat ng karapatan at pribilehiyong kaakibat nito.
Isa-isa ngayong babanggitin ang mga pangalan ng mga nagsipagtapos. Bachelor of Arts in Humanities, John Jerick P. Abelar, Marie Genevieve A. De Asis, Samantha Camille M. Eustaquio, Jesu Jose Emmanuel L. Nadal. Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies, Romina Rafael D. Gavino, Program Award, cum laude. Bettina Andrea Paz D. Abelia, cum laude. Abigail Pauline C. Nang, cum laude. Alexa Michaela Prats, Honorable Mention. Shaina Jennifer C. Acosta, Rafael Francis F. Albert, Paulo Sebastian C. Alegrado, Leah Katrina A. Alfonso, Byron O'Neill Almond Jr., Joshua Martin L. Amon, Richelle Carmela A. Amponin, Joey Rose C. Akisap, Angelo Luis T. Arteche, Christian J. R. Baniaga, Lance Jervin T. Bautista, Isaac Jed O. Bernardo, Maria Andrea M. Bernas, Athena Isabella Marie P. Bigornia, Eric Chester L. Buan, Burton C. Caparoso, Renzo Vittorio M. Capulong, Andrew James P. Carandan, Carlo Paulo P. Carlos, Christina Joyce O. Katindig, Paul Adrian C. Cham, Colleen May M. Cosme, Gabriela Colleen I. Cruz, Joriel Joseph O. Cruz, Isabel Marie B. Cuesta, Joanna Marie Dabo, Maria Victoria G. Dantes, Gabriela Elena L. Dario, Carlos Miguel G. de Guzman, Miguel Luigi M. Dizon, Kimberly Ann Esguerra, Christopher Lawrence S. Fariñas, Ana Mariela A. Fernandez, Jose Horacio Luis P. Ferrer, Erin Marie L. Flores, Luke Alkin S. Flores, Leonel Andrew A. Garcia, Pauline Marie Monique M. Gaston, Angelo Gabriel V. Go, Jolina M. Go, Simone Beda Sebastian M. Goco, Bettina Victoria F. Goriseta, William J. C. Grierson, Angelo Miguel B. Guevara, Katrina A. Guitinco, Alexander Gabriel E. Hernandez, Nicolas Ernesto A. Hortaleza Jr., Ariel Sherino D. Ignacio, Francis Mika Z. Kawachi, Maria Ramona B. Lamog, Amber Lorraine B. Lee, Ana Maria Estelita T. Licop, Justin Matthew P. Lim, Arzen Claire B. Liaguno, Sebastian D. Lorenzo, Michael Henry C. Lumayag, Lorenzo Rafael L. Magno, Alexis Josephine F. Malyonga, Gabriel Maria O. Mapa, Eldrick Sam C. Margate, Ron Adrian D. Medalla, Margaret V. Mendez, Jacob Rafael M. Mendoza, Martin Angelo D. Mendoza, Mikhail Fox Mendoza, David Joseph C. Mila, Mary Angelus C. Moslares, Mivel A. Paningbatan, Stephanie Erica M. Peña, John Vincent D. Piedad, Orufino Miguel C. Pineda, Kiefer Christian M. Policarpio, Andrea Diane C. Kyun, Joaquin Alfonso B. Quizon, Mariel Angelique B. Racoma, Enrico Antonio C. Regalado, Ethan Sedale D. Reyes, Nina Alessi T. Rodriguez, Joanna Erica D. San Diego, Ana Cecilia R. San Pascual, Franco Emmanuel C. Santos, Patricia Gabriel A. Segovia, Joshua Michael O. Tiope, Maria Julian R. Tinio, Raymer Tomlin R. Tionloc, Crispin Inigo R. Ubaldo, Martin Enrique N. Veloso, Javier E. Vitug, Maria Diana Isabella A. Wong, Hazel L. Yam, Julius B. Yim, Hannah Aline R. Ipil, Hannah Mabel R. Ipil, Thea Beatrice F. Zabalia, Bachelor of Arts in Literature English, John Vincent D. Musico, Program Award Cum Laude, Jan Christine D. Macasa, Cum Laude, Ralph Elijah R. Ali, Bianca Gabriel C. Alva, Catherine Lianza A. Aquino, Janine D. Kalupitan, Myra Rosalea Angeles K. de Guzman, Alexandra Maxine Z. de Jesus, Xanthia Kate L. de la Peña, Kevin Daniel R. Evangelista, Marian B. Falone, Martina M. Heras, Aliana Bianca D. Pamphilo, Maika V. Poblete, Maria Sofia M. Roque, Angela Patricia C. Suasilio, Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Mark Christian C. de Jesus, Program Award Magna Cum Laude, Maria Cristina S. Aniceto, Adrian Ali M. Chio, Ninia Bell C. de Castro, Alexandria Magat, Rafael Noel V. Pangat, Precious Ann B. Patriarca, Carrie May M. Punay, Samantha Nicole Y. Santos, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Management, Joyce Bettina M. Buen, Myra Rosalia Angeles K. de Guzman, Celine Marge Z. Mercado, Dominique C. Pascual, John Sebastian B. Regala, Isabella Cristina H. Viquijor, Joshua Nicholas L. Choi. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Kathleen R. Kema, Program Award Cum Laude. Frances Marie A. Leones, Honorable Mention. Michaela Adrian C. Regis, Honorable Mention. Catherine Rose M. Abbott. Kits Anthony D. Andaya. Alfonso Miguel D. Basconcillo. Benjamin S. Bernal. Johan Paulo P. Kapimpin. Maria Catarina Yasmin L. Castañeda. Bernice Claire D. Dacaran. Michiko Ariel R. de Guzman. Luis F. de la Cruz. Nicole Carmen O. Dueñas. Jose Primo Rafael C. Escurel. Roberto Miguel F. Estrella. Antonio Rafael C. Florida. Zarina Beatrice I. Gonzalez. Emmy Rose Claire Labrador. Katrina Dominic R. Lasco. Lika Lois N. Laude. Gabriel Rafael A. Legaspi. Holly Albert G. Pascual. Aisha Kalina V. Ralionza. Antonio Lorenzo R. Reyes. Adrian Miguel Soriano. Sen Maria Patricia T. Talbo. Jose Victor M. Tejada. Hannah Michaela S. Tiña. Mariel Patricia V. Tuble. Nina Patricia L. Diallo. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Information Design. Sid I. Gonzalez, Program Award Cum Laude. Anika Nadine T. Uy, Cum Laude. Valerie Jane C. Cobanquiat, Honorable Mention. Juan Carlos I. Luna, Honorable Mention. Hannah Cristina E. Reyes, Honorable Mention. Christine Eleanor D. Season, Honorable Mention. Elisa Denise N. Villegas, Honorable Mention. Andrea Della G. Adriano. Jose Luis C. Alcuaz III. Patricia May B. Balanga. Elisha May B. Balinia. Hannah Margarita C. Burgos. Natasha Mary L. Cabrera. Teresa Maris S. Carnecer. Jared Erwin K. Chan. Joanna Camille G. Chio. Kimberly Gail J. Chua. Justin Beatrice Y. Chuang. Patricia May L. Clemente. Patricia Cerise G. Co. Pocholo Miguel A. Comsti. Antonina D. Concepcion. Enrico Sebastian P. Cruz, Justin Gabriela A. Dakiwag, Mary Frances Angeles K. de Guzman, Zoe C. de Ocampo, Sofia Lorraine G. de Manawa, Kiana Sachi Marie S. Di Maisip, Kyra Marie N. Du, Christine Eunice Y. D, Nicole Francesca M. Gamater, Maria Katrina D. Garcia, Nicole Joyce P. Go, Kenneth John C. James, Eugene Jong, Gabrielle Ann V. Makatulad, Anastasia R. Magalona, Maxine Victoria P. Marquez, Frances Isabella D. Martin, Maria Patricia D. Medriarito, Trisha Marie L. Oscuro, Maria Victoria Shara L. Padilla, Andrea Agustin R. Pavia, Pamela Andre C. Payak, Patricia Osler B. Rabado, Giro Luis S. Reyes, Erica Beatrice R. Rivera, Andrea Felicia A. Santos, Justin Paul T. Santos, Lucas Nathaniel Vincent S. Stroke, Sarah Bettina V. Subic, Patrick Angelo G. Tamayo, Selena Lay N. Tanquiamco, Kim Justin Marty D. Umali, Juan Gabriel Venturanza, Francis Joshua M. Villafania, Gerald Miguel E. Villaluz, Lennon C. Villanueva, Janelle Carrie N. Yenko, Karina Rose L. Yu. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Arts, Maria Teresa Gabriela J. Open, Program Award Magna Cum Laude, Mary Jo Thomas H. B. Tug Cum Laude, Marisa Mirabel L. Teodoro, Honorable Mention, Alisa Jamil D. Binay, Danielyn Joy V. Del Rosario, Stacy Renee U.D. Panoorin natin ngayon ang isang espesyal na paghahandog na inihanda ng inyong mga guro.
I wish you luck as you go down from the hill and find your place in the world.
May you never lose sight of the essential because we become what we love. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving them.
I wish you good luck. I wish for you a meaningful life, and I hope you can participate in making a more just and inclusive world. Sometimes the cliches make a whole lot of sense.
May you continue to have the enthusiasm for learning and self-discovery, because it is in learning that we become closest to the person that we wish to be. Congratulations, batch of 2020.
May you find time every day for the sacred space within you to remind yourself about what truly matters.
May you be kind and wise.
May you face this time with hope and imagination. A new world is being born, and every move you make must assist in its birth. Be brave, be wise, and have faith that someone greater than you has elected you to this task.
I wish you joy. May you wake up many mornings filled with gratitude and love for your life.
May you always choose to be kind, even in the most difficult or painful situations.
Uy, congratulations, Batch 2020. May you always have the wisdom, the compassion, and the sense of humor to surprise yourself and to inspire the world.
May you never lose hope, and may you keep your commitment strong. Congratulations, Batch 2020. This might have not been the ending that we hoped for, but take comfort that there is so much more life to live, and hopefully better things to come. I miss you, I love you, and I remain your friend.
May you continue to be a blessing to others, and be more open to learning from other people. Keep your head up. Congratulations and mabuhay.
Pamumunuan ngayon ni Ginoong Jason Paul P. Cabrera, Pangulo ng Ateneo Alumni Association, ang panunumpa ng mga nagtapos.
Mga nagtatapos, itaas ang inyong kanang kamay at sumunod sa panunumpa. Sa araw na ito ng aming pagtatapos, sa piling ng aming mga magulang, kamag-anak at mga kaibigan, sa piling ng aming mga kamag-aral, guro at tagapangasiwa ng pamantasan, sa piling ng mga alumni at bilang alumni ng Ateneo na nakatalagang maging lux in domino, liwanag sa Panginoon. Sumusumpa kami maging tao para sa kapwa at hayaang mangningning ang aming liwanag sa lahat. Sumusumpa kaming maglingkod sa aming kapwa, lalo na sa mga nagdarahop ang katawan at kaluluwa. Sumusumpa kami maging bukas palad sa mga handog ng isip at katawan na dulot ng Diyos sa amin, sa pagmamahal ng aming pamilya, kapwa-tao, bayan, at ng aming Diyos. Panginoon, turuan mo kami maging bukas palad. Ibaba ang inyong mga kamay. Maligayang bati sa inyong lahat.
Mga kaibigan, ang Pangulo ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila.
Sa mga minamahal kong magsipagtapos, sa inyong mga magulang, sa ating mga panauhin, ang ating mga guro, administrador, at mga katuwang sa misyon ng Ateneo de Manila. Bagamat hindi natin mayayakap ang isa't isa ngayong araw, para sa inyong pagtatapos, sinikap ng mga Paaralang Loyola na maipadama sa bawat isa ang isang tunay at makabuluhang pagbati. Sa ating palutuntunan, namalas ninyo ang mga gusali at iba pang mga lugar na itinuring na ninyong tahanan, pati na ang mga gurong gumabay sa inyo. Baunin sana ninyo ang mga larawang ito na patuloy na maghihintay sa inyong pagbabalik. Alam nyo, gumraduate kayo bilang estudyante. Ako naman gumraduate bilang presidente. Pero wala naman talagang gumagraduate sa Ateneo. Ang Ateneo ay panghabang buhay. Nakakatuksong isipin na ang nangyayari ngayon ay siyang ating kinabukasan, na wala na ring pagbabago sa ating dinaranas ngayon at sa ating haharapin bukas. Pero hindi ganito ang ating kasaysayan sa Ateneo. Marami na ring nadaanan ang ating alma mater. Narito pa rin ang inyong pamantasan, ang ating alma mater. Alam ko na magkikita tayo muli, inshallah. Tayo'y babalik muli rito at ating ipagdiriwang ang ating pinagsaluhan dito sa ating mahal na pamantasan. Kung loloobin ng Diyos, magkikita tayo muli. At alam nating magkikita talaga tayo muli. Class 2020, congratulations! Alam kong magkikita pa rin tayo. Kita-kita sa pagbabago ng ating kasalukuyan, ng ating ngayon, at kita-kita rin sa pagtatayo ng isang bagong kinabukasan. Maraming salamat.
Tatapusin ngayon ang palatuntunan sa pamamagitan ng awit ng pamantasan na Song for Mary.